He's now going to kind of narrow the focus to just our ability to bounce back to full functionality and how important it is. I know you know how important it is, but he's going to give you some stats and some real data to back it up. And then we're going to break out. We're going to go down to one of the barns, and for about 45 minutes or so, he's going to share with you all these different post-throwing, and he's going to tell you recovery is way more than just post-throwing, but he's going to give you some post-throwing stuff that many of you guys go, what do you do after you throw? Well, we have a lot of things that we do after we throw, and he's going to take you through it. So, so we're going to do that. Coach Matt's it's going to be about a 30-minute presentation, take you down about 45 minutes. We'll come on back, have a quick break. There's snacks over here to the side. And then Coach Wallace is going to take us through Data 101. And then Brent's going to close it out today with some stuff on actually pitch design and what that means. And then we'll have a Q&A with them at the end, and we should be done around 1 o'clock, 1:15 today. So I'm going to be in and out, so if you need something, I'll be here. But that's the schedule for today, and I'm going to turn it over to Coach Massey.
Thank you, Ron. All right. So, like Coach Wilforth said, I'm going to talk today about recovery. I definitely think and really do believe it's the next cutting edge, next training or advantage an organization can have, right? Early 2000s, command's always been kind of a competitive advantage, right? If I can throw more strikes if my staff can throw more strikes than everybody else out there, we're going to have a better chance to win. And then the early 2000s was kind of the advent of the weighted balls and velocity enhancement programs. And so if my staff can now throw 5 miles an hour than the average staff in the area, I'm going to have a competitive advantage, right? And then mid-2014, 2017, and even today, we're kind of living in this spin era. If I can make my stuff 10, 15, 20% nastier than everybody else around me, or as a staff, my stuff is better than it, right? I have a distinct competitive advantage and give myself a better chance to win, right? Now, I think moving forward, it's going to be how quickly can I get my young men, my players to bounce back, right? If we can get our players to bounce back sooner, not just in season, right? Now I'm going to have their A stuff more often, right? If you talk to any big leaguer that makes 33 starts every year, they don't have their A stuff every game, okay? They might have their A stuff, 15 to 20 of those starts, right? If I can now get them an extra 5 starts having their A stuff, that obviously distinctly gives me a better chance to win those 5 extra games. And sometimes that can make the difference between me in the playoffs and out of the playoffs, right? And so, and also from an off-season standpoint, right, now I can get more work in the same amount of time, right? The only thing that's equal to everybody in this room here is that we all have 24 hours in a day, right? Some of us have more equipment. Some of us have more financial means to pay for, right? But the only thing equal to everybody here in the room is we all have 24 hours in a day. And so if we can maximize each and every single day, have our players back to full strength every single day, or as close to full strength as we possibly can get, they can get more out of each and every single day, and therefore we can put more work in, and therefore get better results as we head into the season. So that's what we're going to talk to today, and how we can do that, and some of the stuff that we can directly influence as coaches. So I stumbled across this. It's on your sheets because I know it's too hard to read up there. But I stumbled across this in 2018. It was early season 2018, and they did this based on a young man's 2017 numbers. And what they did was they broke it down by the number of days of rest. So this is a big leaguer. So 4 days rest would be normal rest. That's pitching every 5th day, right, which is what normally happens in the big leagues. 5 days would be 1 out a day. And then 6 days would be basically what an average high schooler pitches on, or an average college guy pitches on, and that's once a week. Okay, and what we can distinctly notice about this young man's number is they get way, way better as he gets more and more days in between each cycle. Right? And if you didn't know, and I used to have to explain what FIP is, fielding independent pitching. I'm thankful that it's starting to become more relevant because it's kind of complicated, but it just still reads like an ERA metric. The lower the FIP, the better the pitcher is. And so a 5.16 FIB last year, or in 2021, would have been in the bottom 3 of all qualified starters. A 2.73 FIB would have been better than Garrett Cole's, would have been better than Robbie Ray's. The only guy he didn't beat was Corbin Burns and Zach Wheeler. So this guy goes from basically a $30 million arm to a kind of a 4A, AAA type pitcher with 2 extra days in his recovery. And so we get caught up in, if we just looked at his numbers aren't very good, how can we make them? Is that his velo is not very, we can boost the velo. Can we, his command, right, we'll break it down, guys. This young man doesn't need to throw harder. This young man doesn't need to have another slider. We don't need to make the stuff nastier. We don't need to get his command any better. All we just need to do for this young man is figure out why he cannot get to full strength in 4 days like he does in a week or 7 days. And he's still in the big leagues, and he's just losing money because he's just hit free agency, and he's leaving, $15, $20 million. If he can just not even be the 2.73 FIB guy, if he can just be league average, he would have made probably another $10 or $15 million this offseason. But so we need to figure it out and help this young man, because it's not about having better stuff or having better command for him. It's just simply, how can I recover faster and get back to full strength? Because I have the goods, I have the stuff, I have the command, and these numbers prove it.